Hello, good evening to every one of you. Welcome to PropNext WeInterview Facebook Live tonight. And I'm your host, Yvonne Heng, CEO of PropNext Malaysia. So whoever who first time here, I welcome you. And what about WeInterview? Actually, WeInterview is actually we invited our team leader, our negotiator from PropNext. How is their journey from zero to hero? How they actually success or actually build their career in this industry? Where they're coming from before that? So whoever who first time here, I would like you to actually share with everyone. And today my guest is actually his name is Haow Ming. He's one of our team leader, and he has been in the industry for 5 years. But I've been amazed and inspired by him. How can he have the entrepreneur mindset and have the vision since age 23? A lot of us sometimes, I know majority nowadays, some of them 23 years old, they already know what they want, and maybe some of you might not. Maybe some of you yes, but doesn't matter. Let us welcome Haow Ming. Let him share with us and how this vision drive him to today who we are. Because he is not just the team leaders of our PropNext, he's also helping our customer in the investing in the real estate industry, and also have help the customer who buy their home sweet home. This is actually very important that someone aged since so young and be in the industry helping a number of customers have a investment property and also buy their home sweet home. So every one of you will be curious to find out more, right? And some of you, whoever haven't come to this industry, you also want to find out about how they can do it. And actually, maybe some of you have some doubt. You want to find out more, so just pay attention to us. Let us hear from Haow Ming, and do help us to share to more people out there. Okay, so let's us put our hand to welcome Haow Ming. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hi Ceylon. I see you. Hey, good to see you, bro. Hi
And
Lauren. Hi
yeah,
Andrea.
Robin is here. So good evening to every one of you. So happy to see everyone. I know that now we start to can go out, and then now that's why not so much people will start to hang on the Facebook Live. But once again, we would like to thanks you for actually make your time to join us for today's section. Okay, so good evening to everyone. Whoever haven't take your dinner, just continue to take your dinner and while enjoying listen from both of our sharing. And actually, if you have any questions that you're also curious, want to ask Haow Ming, you can actually type it out so that I can help you to ask him. Because I have a lot of curious question. I also need to rethink back at my age of 23 what I'm doing. But before that, I'm more curious to actually check with Haow Ming. Haow Ming, because because a lot of people they really haven't ventured into real estate. They have starting everything is from other things first one. So actually, what is the I mean what am I
Previous
going at?
experience, you mean?
Yeah, no, is it you just graduate, after you graduate you already start venture into real estate, or no, not yet?
No, not actually. Not really. So actually, in fact, real estate is my I think seventh or eighth endeavor through before I came in full time into this business. Yeah. Seven or number eight. That means if let's say I found my wife, right, there were actually seven previous ex-girlfriend, something like that.
Wow, okay. So that means that you actually graduate. As I know that you also graduate degree in finance and in some account, right? Do you want to
Yeah,
explore? Mm.
yep, sure. I studied economics. I had my bachelor's degree of economics from University of Malaya. So I entered at the age of 19 after my matriculation, and then studied about 3 years. And after that, I graduated around that age, since 23 like that. Yeah.
But normally people after degree they hold the you degree in finance and account and economics. A lot of people they will tend to want to be accountant or finance or go into the accountant in that for their career. So during that time, do you have this saying that what is your career or what is your job that you want to go for?
Hmm. Actually, mine is opposite. Usually, people took up medical and then medical degree and then they become a doctor. For me, I took up something relevant to finance so that I can venture into sales and business sort of. Yeah, I didn't want to do something related to like usually when people say you are after your economics degree, you will go into working with bank negara, working in a bank, become an analyst. For me, I didn't have that. I wanted to venture into business and then doing sales. Yeah, and
So you want to venture into the business. So during that time, because a lot of time when you want to venture in business or you want to be an entrepreneur, definitely there's some role models to influence you. Because like for me, I come to this real estate during that time is actually being inspired by my dad. So any role models that actually inspire you or any who.
uh, actually back then I don't know that fella, but I think this is very, very cliche. People would always, when you go to those courses, business courses, they always quote this fella, okay, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Actually, it was really also the same case to me. I read it after, I think after my SPM around 17 years old, I read that book because we had the time. After SPM, we were waiting for the result. And then while waiting to whether you go to Form 6 or SPM, there was this period gap. And then I think one of my friend handed me this book. And then just that, it's not a very thick book, but once you got it, right, when you got it, your perspective just shifted. Yeah. And then if let's say you have that connection, the frequency is there, right? Once you read it, you cannot undo back the paradigm shift in the mind. So basically, inside, I think it's quite well known that there is this ESBI. So how do we shift from the employee and self-employed slowly towards the business and investment arena? Yeah, but nothing wrong with being employed whatsoever. People, it really depends on your personality and what you want in life. But for me, I wanted control, basically. Control in terms of what? Control in terms of how much I earn, control in terms of how much I want to grow, because in corporate ladder there are specific structure and then specific slot for specific people only. So I wanted to control my time also. I want to control my learning curve, determine who I want to meet and do business with, this kind of thing lah. So the how to say the authority I have with myself by being by venturing into all this is something fulfills me lah. Yeah.
Wow. So that means that from the friends that actually borrow you the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, then this is the way that after you reading it, then this is the how you transform yourself during the young age.
Yeah, and also actually another book by Adam Khoo is a Singaporean, financial intelligence educator, something like that. Winning the game of stock, winning the game of life. I still remember it's a green and a red book respectively. So after reading those, your mind just shifted. Yeah.
Oh, y'all can actually, whoever haven't read these those two books, maybe you can actually take it down so that you this is something that because book we can the more that you read is actually good for yourself. So this is something that is actually from him. For Rich Dad Poor Dad I read before. Just that just now you said the book maybe not. Maybe I also will need to take a look on that the book. What is the things? What is the key? Because sometimes different age time grow right. It will also you will also get the different type of message that from the book that you have been read, right?
Correct,
Oh,
correct.
good. So
And he still got a lot of books, but then the one that really struck me are these few books. Yeah.
these two books. So for those young people, or that you want to make yourself, because sometimes a lot of time wisdom knowledge is all getting from the book of from the people who share with us. So for young people, you can actually start to look around for these two books to actually empower yourself. Okay, so once again, good evening to those who just join in. So we would like you to share around to all the people here because we got the young age, like how many team leaders to share with us how is the journey and how is actually continue for him to actually make well and be success in this real estate industry. Okay, thank you for all the sharing and help us to share around and help us to like more and give more love. Okay, good. So Haow Ming, so from this two book itself, you already start your changing your mindset during those early time. What is your vision? You already start have your vision or not yet?
Well, the topic is called, Entrepreneurial Vision since the age of 23. But I didn't believe it was just, at the age of 23, suddenly it just came to me. It was accumulation of uh, meeting up different people, and then what I observed throughout. It was all this since age of, I think since age. Actually, very interestingly, at the age of 17, right, I love biology a lot, this subject. So I can really remember things well. So I told myself back then at the age of 17, I wanted to become a doctor. Yeah, I
Oh,
wanted to become a doctor. So wanting to becoming a doctor is good, okay, because my family also very much endorse it. But after reading that Rich Dad Poor Dad, right, the mindset is like this: if I want to become a doctor, I want to become like a sort of like the business operator or the director of a hospital. The reason is not just because of the money. Okay, that is one factor. Because for the risk you are taking, you're in charge of the whole hospital, that kind of thing. But what is more is when you are the director of a hospital, right? You are actually leveraging, and you can also enhance your impact. You amplify your impact through the doctors that you train, that come in together to save more life, rather than one person saving one life. Then let's say if you hire and train 100 hot doctors, they can treat 100 times more the impact, 100 times more lives, something like that lah. So the scalability is something that has been in the mind, and I'm still learning.
okay. So during that time, so what is so this is the doctor that you have in mind. Then after that, when is the transition period that you slowly go into different industry?
Uh, uh, Especially in uni time lah, university. After I went into university, after when we were studying SPM, then we wanted to get the good result so that we can move on to the metrics of Form 6. But the last stage is already university ma. So after I reached UM, yay, I got the top premier research university in Malaysia already. So I shifted my focus not so much on study. I went into because we are in KL. UM is right in the middle between PJ and KL. So then I had a car. So I always venture, go to Mid Valley for certain like investment courses, and then I went to certain NGOs and then certain temples to learn about life, understanding myself, going to different uh, those kind of business hub where people congregate to discuss about business, and then that's where I venture into different encounter that I mentioned just now, 6 or 7. Yeah. So
Do you
I
want to share more with us? Because this encounter is so very important because a lot of time, a lot of young people, a lot of those adult or work employment, they thought that they're in different industry. Then they when come to real estate, it's actually a no experience or big no because they are not familiar. So I'm not sure whether you just now saying that you exploring and experience the different industry. What is the different industry? Are all these different industry help you in the current real estate?
Yep. For those who are, still so-called, when you are watching this, you are still searching whether you are very young or whether you are 23 or even 28, 33, it doesn't matter, because I want to share my experience. Uh, the first, when I was still in university, I had this agency manager of the insurance company, a big one. Okay, he's one of the top managers, and then more than 100 people, 100 insurance financial planner and agents with them. So I joined him when I was still studying. Along the way, I learned so many like leadership thing about life, about sales, about business, about money, about the product itself, insurance, all these things, right? uh, he is really kind. He gave me all the time, all the attention. He was very busy, I can assure you. But then he still spent some time to guide me along the way. So that lasted about 1 year, 1.5 year. and then to realize, and then after that I was learning about stock market. So my passion, okay, my enthusiasm is more towards compounding money rather than wealth protection, because insurance is wealth protection, protecting and then having medical insurance to cover you, things like that. So didn't really click. I learned so much. I was very thankful to him. And then after that, along the way, I was venturing into. I had an internship in a capital market education. They teach about stock market. They did some private equity, that kind of thing. So I did my internship there. I learned a lot. Um, and then they were still very small that time. They weren't
That
even
means
listed.
that
Now
you actually, the first one is insurance, so you understand the whole insurance program. Then after that, you go into the capital market, which is you being an intern. How many years you in there, and what is the learning that you gain from there?
That one is actually a short period of about 3 4 months. The
Mm,
capital market. Because I was very ambitious back then. I'm still ambitious, but now more towards more grounded, I would say. When I first entered that, right, I wanted to become the person, the boss themselves, who are, doing the speaking and then teaching people, that kind of thing. So I wanted to do that kind of role. But of course, in order to become that role, you need to have the experience of investing, and then you need to have the capital and everything. I didn't have. So I discussed with one of the manager there. Now he's also doing very well there, still there. So he said maybe I need to pursue my own passion. So that was when I chose to I follow my heart. I want to do uh, something to do with business related to environment. So I choose recycling company. And then I went to, because of this, I went to Ipoh. There was this company in Ipoh, whom I know the boss through this platform, the capital market education one. So after that, I went there and then did some internship. And then, wow, I tell you, the experience was fantastic. Why? Because it was literally like something like a junkyard, a lot of trash every day coming in, all
yes.
the plastic paper with all the smell, and then it's dangerous, it's dark, and all that thing. So literally, I was wearing the boots. I mean, wearing the boots, went into, day in day out helping there around. Yeah. So and then after that, after doing the internship, like traveling every Monday or Sunday night, I will go to Ipoh, and then approaching weekend, I will come back to KL again. So that really got me somehow tired, and then yeah, so I came back, and after that, I wanted to start my own small venture. Very ambitious, that kind of thing. So I started my own company. I applied the license. Yeah, and then
Apply
I
for cycle license, is it?
Yes, doing
Okay.
something simple. I just want to try out. I wanted to collect those kind of recyclables and then trade them for a margin, something like that. But it was really really tough. I need to play a very big volume, like recycling tons and tons to see a few hundred ringgit, tons and tons of pure plastic or paper, something like that. So the whole process of dealing with the government, and then the upfront money I put up, and then it didn't generate the money. I was doing alone. I have no team. All these things, and then end up I say, maybe it's time for me to, you know, rethink over again, whether I'm really fit to start everything by on my own. Yeah, and then after that, I also did some Grab driver back then. Quite good money. Now I don't think so. Back then they have some guarantee, that kind of thing. Then I did self-employed. I master my time. I go according to their guarantee, their incentive, and then drive around. They also did some uh, training company. Certain university, they had some scholarship on certain students. So from there, they actually outsource those kind of HR company to do training for them. So I also got recruited into there, doing speaking, training, about self-development thing to students at Sunway University, all sorts of all these things. And then even help one quite a reputable, like established entrepreneur selling those kind of organic products and lifestyle. They wanted to set up a education company. Yeah. So I was helping in like around half a year, and so everything, all this, I think ultimately lead me to where I am today, lah. But it was this moment, right, when I was helping the education center, and then at the same time juggling with my small venture recycling business, or waiting for the government license to approve. I had nothing to do, and then the education, I was like just helping volunteer, no money one. So too much time, and then nothing to do. Then that's when real estate come into mind.
Oh, so during that time, it's because you have extra time, so you venture. But who share with you about real estate industry? Why you want to go into it? Because you've been exploring different things. You have become your own boss for recycle things and then educations. But what made you go into real estate?
I when I was staying there, right, I was still that the whole process is about 1.5 year to 2 years. So during this period of time, I have the passion to meet people and running sales, meeting people, and then after that, I like investment, and then besides that, I like uh, inspiring people, educating people. That being said, something to do with public speaking. So I asked myself that time, what are the things that allow me to achieve all these things? At the same time, I also have to take care of my own pocket. Then my immediate senior in university, they mentioned before lah, real estate. So and then I myself also quite interested, like back then, seeing buildings, KL a lot of buildings. So all these things just came together when I was still helping out in the education center. That's when I walked in. I saw a company nearby the education center. I just walk up, knock the door, and then saw the granny. Sini ada job tak?
That means you are so very being encouraged. It's your own initiative. No one to actually, hey, come, or not your friend that said, come. So you are the one who actually decided, got the fire, then you woke up and just consider it's just nearby. So when you woke up, then they said, yes, welcome, is it?
Yep.
Then that time you start your journey of real estate.
Yep.
So during that time you go into and they guide you to anyone or how you close your first year, how long you take to close your first year.
Back then, right, this agency is still small. They were waiting for a develop. They have a specially appointed project just to this agency to sell a landed property in Puncak Alam. Okay, so back then it was still not yet launched. It's about 6 months time. The time I still remember, 1st of May, I joined, and after that they launched at year end. So throughout this period of time, I blur the time young. I don't know, I just follow them, and then I do my Grab. I had some pocket money, so I just stay with them, and then they had some pre-launching, and then I still remember I like speaking, so they chose me, and then they invited all the guests, and then I was the one standing in front. I have never been to Puncak Alam. Then from there, I learned about geography a bit here and there. Then I just went to the stage and shared. And then people did really sign up for a property. And then I myself also had some leads. My leaders back then gave me, and then I also did some closing. But that closing is like pre-launching, collect interest only, 2,000 ringgit. Yeah. So I collect about 10 plus units. Then I wait until half a year. Upon launching, then they bought. So how do you put it? Is it like you asked me when did I close it? So I already closed during pre-launching. It's only after half a year they launch a project, and then we do all the
so
remaining.
That means that during that time, do you really understand that, right? It's actually not really considered closed, but just they pre-registered their interest. But all this that data or those pre-booking that you collected, are they really successful turn into your sales?
Yeah.
Oh, so that means they actually really want to buy it, because a lot of time when you pre-register, a lot of time people might have a lot of thoughts, then later but they go back and think, then they drop off. But for this case itself, you didn't experience that. You actually, they really convert it and successfully close the deal and sign the SMP, is that?
Yeah, about 60%, 70%. There was still a few drop off lah, because that time it was a landed property, and then the price is about 400,000 plus. So I was lucky that the product then itself is very sellable lah, very attractive.
So can consider it's actually, this is actually a good experience for you, because it seems like, you say seems like difficult is not, but seems like easy also not really, but it's actually make you to actually believe it and trust it, because you do it and you done it.
Yep. Definitely a good confidence booster for me for the start, you know.
So how long you be in industry? And then because why I always ask this question is because, right, those people who are actually in the industry, they always will remember their first case. How is the journey of the first case, no matter it's small deal or big deal. Normally we just say, as long as you break the first eight, you will be very joyful and be very, wow, yeah, I make it. So this is how is their feeling they have. So after that, right, they say that it's no longer, they cannot remember how is their closing process or what is the things, unless there's some challenges that make them difficult, then they only will remember the cases. So wow, that's good. So then after that, how long you been in this industry? And during the journey, any challenges or any up and downs or not? And seem, because just now you say that you actually doing some part-time. So seem when you turn it to your full-time.
Yeah. Back then, I was still doing some Grab. After that, after I see the first, the first payment coming in, after I successfully converted the first case, I never even Grab, right? I can do day and night. I cannot see this kind of money by just selling one thing. So that is when I decided, yeah, let's do this seriously. Yeah. And then along the way, yeah, uh, until this year, 1st of May, it was my 5th year. I mean, I completed 4 years since 2017. Yeah.
Wow.
So this year is my 5th year, and yeah, still doing all right. Still doing great.
Okay, so that means during that time, okay, seeing you the first time, now we will have a better understanding how you venture yourself into this industry. So we know already. And a lot of time, I believe in the meantime, in this 5 year, definitely there's an up and down and some challenges. So what is the most challenges moment that you have that you can remember and you would like to share with us?
Sure. The one thing, the number, I still remember back then, right? When you want to start business, you always have this mindset block or challenge, which is capital advertisement. The investment, the capital seed. Because in order to make the money, you need to, let's say you need to put in, let's say a 1,000 ringgit in order to generate your first deal or something like that. So this is a chicken and egg. Always many people don't have the money. They want to make money, but if you ask them to put up a little bit, they don't dare. Yeah,
Mm.
I initially had that experience, and after that, slowly I break through it. Yeah, and then also a lot of human factor here involved. When I was doing the consultation and also the sales process, right, it was in Puncak Alam. So the gallery also at Puncak Alam. Puncak Alam is the northwestern of Klang Valley lah. It's already going to Ijo all the way. It's very far. I stay in Puchong, which is southern part. So one appointment, I have to drive for about 40 minutes. The fastest about 30 over kilometer. So whenever I went there, right, if let's say there's any changes of appointment time, today I suddenly cannot make it. Then or you're already on the way or you reach there. Wow, that kind of emotion, it will come. It will come. Or maybe you already successfully convert the case. Okay, the loan is approved. I still remember because there was so many things going on, so many clients we meet. It's impossible for us to tell every single thing to the client. So this I will still remember there was this first time home buyer, also very young age. She didn't know about progressive interest, which is the interest you pay, buying a undercon project.
Yes.
I because the appointment is just back to back. I didn't mention it, but after that, upon submit, everything was very fast. And then when she submitted the progressive, submitted the loan, and the loan is approved. By the time they were finalizing and signing, then suddenly, the she called me up and then say, "Hey, how come don't have this kind of this progressive feature is not mentioned?" So and then I thought, I apologized and then I say, "Oh, this is actually something very standard." Then because of that deal, the client actually, you know, turn
Don't
off,
want.
don't want the property anymore. So I guess this is a blessing in disguise, because if let's say she's not even ready to pay up this kind of small interest, perhaps I think she's not ready to own the house yet, because still under construction is just a few hundred ringgit lah. So yeah, so those kind of emotion, rejection, are the things that come to you naturally lah.
Yeah, from just now you say that the interest, right? Sometimes we thought a lot of time we in the industry we know that this is kind of standard, but we cannot assume that people know, especially the first time buyer. And we sometimes like your first time come to this real estate, we cannot assume that you're understanding. That's why this is all we cannot assume. From the way you're sharing, right? Is actually we still need to do the standard procedure and do it right. So it's great. So based on that, this is the emotions that drive you, and then sometimes you thought they're successful, then it's actually turn it down. So do you have the moment that saying that seems so many challenges, emotion make you so emotion? Do you have any thoughts that I think no lah. If you have any thought of giving up, I won't be interviewing you today, right?
Those kind of thought, pop up here and there, but you are gonna do it anyway. So part of the process lah.
Okay. So during this 5 year journey in your real estate industry, do you change any coming before, and how you make yourself to continue to evolve and change differently, and what you feel about that?
Interesting. I think now the interview just got started, because this is the gist. I feel that I can really add value. When I was entering the first company, right? Um, yes, I can close deal. I managed to earn money, but I am someone who needs to grow, because earning money, I believe in a democratic open economy is not hard. Okay, you can even do live, and then you can be successful. But what is important, we need to grow ourselves. Just now I mentioned the challenges, like for example, how do you the knowledge that you share with clients, and then the growth, the kind of emotion challenges, how do you deal with them? All these things will make you a better person, not just a better salesperson, not just a better property negotiator. Make you a better leader, better human. So when you go back, you don't just go back with money, but you also go back with a lot of value. You make your family happier, the society happier at large. So
Yes.
the first company, I only managed to just close deal, and then they just chong money. Nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't fit what I want. I didn't learn every day. I was just repeating the the process of marketing, calling, meeting client, and closing, that kind of thing. I just repeat. After I repeat, once you get the hang of something, you repeat for 3 months, 6 months, you reach to a stagnation point. Yeah.
Agree.
So
Because sometimes life we if your things keep repeating, or either you say the comfort zone lah. That's why sometimes we need to break through the comfort zone to see what is the next level that we want to go. So what is the next level that you want to go after that? Because I see the way that you talk with us, the way that you share, you are some kind of that a young entrepreneur that is actually very matured. You know what you want indeed inside your heart.
yep. I told myself I wanted to learn to be a better me.
Mm.
So the company didn't fit what I want. So eventually, during the peak of my sales that time lah, then I felt the time is right. Okay, so I left the company. But there was a challenge, because when you're shifting company, property is not that you straight away you got the property sold, you get the money. No, you have to wait until like up to 1 year one.
Hmm.
So that kind of challenge, but I took the faith, changed another company. So the second company also got its own story. You know, also I was searching for the platform to grow as a person, to become a better person, better leader, in terms of overcoming the darkness inside me, the fear, and then the conviction in me, all these things, and then the value in me. Okay, so end up I found PropNex thanks to my leader who I might came across, Alex Lu. So and then after that, I joined the company. Initially, I was very skeptical one, because everyone says the companies is the best. You know, it's
Yeah.
very normal. And after that, I took my time. Every Monday, the Monday meeting, I went there and then I hear. That's when I say, okay, this one ngam jalan.
So that's why, during that time, Alex, to your leaders actually refer you. Actually, you haven't really made a direct decision yet. So you just explore and attend a few times. Then only whether, this is the right one. Then only you make a decision, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No. Okay, good. So this is something that is actually on one of our projects platform that we have is actually we have our winning Monday. Every Monday that before lockdown, we actually will do our Monday. We have more sharing, we get lawyer, we get our leaders, and we also acknowledge those people who actually close year on that week and also close year hit the 10K. So this is the culture. We actually like people to come and explore because like what you say, we always believe whatever like whatever company good doesn't fit you is also no point. So it's good that what you really want. That's why we very respect those negotiator. We ask them to come and explore because a lot of time my whatever we say that is good, a series of things that got 10 things or 100 things is good, but none of that is suit you. It means that it's zero to you as well. So that's why we always ask what you really want, what is your intention, and what your visions. So you can come and explore. Is it our culture, our platform that suits you? If yes, then this is the puzzle matching. Then you will grow it very fast, right?
Yep.
So now after matching it, I know that when you initial startup that time, you also have a few members with you, and now you actually grow your team to more than 10, and you lead them to actually doing in secondary market, and also you're also leading a few project in our company, right?
Yep.
Oh,
I'm very glad here. I just want to add on a bit is that um I don't see many companies have this kind of system where because we have more than 100 projects, for example. So it's impossible for you to get focused, go get all the info in. Back then I encountered that kind of situation where if let's say I want to go swing, consult because due to the client's need, right? I have to there is no system to support lah basically. So in PropNex, we have this so-called the sales support where the person in charge of the project will come in and support you. So when this kind of system is in place, right? It also help the person to also have some sort of buffer in terms. It's not just personal sales. You can have different sorts of how you generate the income. And just now, like Yvonne, what you said also, when you're in charge of the one project as well, you also have a certain portion shared to you. The company trusts you, give you the authority to manage it, and if you manage it well, you can also earn another stream of income from here. Not including also when you grow your team, you do a personal deal. So these are the very interesting system in place that we have that I appreciate it lah.
mm. This is what I one thing love about that this project culture is one of that is autonomy and entrepreneur. That's why we give a full hand to those leaders that are able to actually run their own business on that, and then we get some sales support to support them, like what just now said. Because a lot of time we cannot remember, yeah, everywhere, especially those people, you no need to worry because those who actually would like to explore in real estate, you can see when you go anywhere, either landed property, condo, commercial, factory, is all everything is all about real estate. Sometimes we don't have enough people to actually handle it. Yes, it's actually the opportunity is all out there. Just that you need to get yourself ready, and you also need to focus. Sometimes, if you couldn't focus, you run here and there. It also will become very difficult for you. That's why a lot of people say that you need to be focused on certain area, then you can actually do it well at the area. So it's
Correct.
actually so it's actually a very good expo. Once you do it, then you will like it. First of all, like Haow Ming said, first you like to meet up with people, you like to chat, and you love property and you love investment. If yes, then you can actually welcome to explore it. Yeah, you no
Yep.
need to
Correct.
worry so much on that.
Yep.
So I know that you also learn like based on you say you got insurance and capital. So are these both help you in this real estate or not? I believe so, right?
I would say I made a conscious choice because I know whatever that I've been through, all that thing led me to where I am today, like the skill set and knowledge. For example, like insurance, the insurance line, right, is actually very much the same, but just different product. It's also about growing team, growing people, and then consulting and caring about uh, your clients. Just different product. And then capital market is when I learn all the technical words, the terms, and then what is compounding interest, and the business world in general, the economy of the economic news and all that thing. Then after that, when even a Grab driver, be a Grab driver back then, right, also helped me to understand why. Because I went to so many places around Klang Valley, I go here, go there, go airport, so I know where are all these places. So even when I was just sharing with my client when I was presenting to them, I can talk to the details of where of this building and that building because of my Grab card experience. And then also being a driver, being a driver plus the trainer in another company, so I get to use this skill inside PropNex. So what I want to say is no experience is ever wasted. Whatever we went through, whether it's in previous career or current career, right? As long as you develop yourself, you improve yourself, you will surely be able to use the skills or experience somehow in any point of your career. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is very important, and this is the life experience that we have, and nobody will take away from you. So it's just that how you applied it in your life, in your career, and especially in real estate, you're no longer under employment. You are the entrepreneur, so you're building your business with your own knowledge and skill. Okay, so Haow Ming, I know that now you're a team leader. You're also from small team built to big team. So what is your goal, that your visions that you want to drive your team to, or how big is the team that you want to lead them to? Think
Yep.
you'll find the right platform.
Yep. Sure. Of course. My goal, in order to become, in order to inspire your team, you first have to do it first. So for my own goal, my income has to be of certain level, and then once I hit there, I want my team member to also be able to match. Okay, bring back money to their family, and when I grow them, they learn, they are inspired, they see the changes in themselves, then they also want to help more people. So this is like waterfall cascading, the cascading effect. And then when we are in this real estate, we invest in property, we want passive income, long term lah. Short term, of course not, you cannot see the result lah. So long term, my goal is to hit my 10th property investment, ada 10 biji, and then team member also see that, then they also want to do that. So when
I
all
know,
these things, sorry?
I know that you're also in having your own property investment, right?
Yeah, sure.
How
So
many
that's why,
so
huh?
far? So far, how many property that you have already invest yourself?
Well, I have to disclose here.
Inspire people.
Or a few
You
lah,
can
a few lah.
laugh.
A few, yeah. So,
So So this is something that, because we as a negotiator, we advise our investor to invest, we ourselves also invest, and this is the way that you also learn. At the same time, you also need to invest and go into this real estate. So from, you can see from Haow Ming, such a young age, you also have a few property. So you can actually welcome to learn, explore yourself, at the same time empower others, and you also empower yourself. So this is actually very, I feel that this is actually very fun journey. At the same time, it's actually a self growth journey as well. You help others at the same time. You actually empower and help yourself as well. Mm.
Yeah.
So I know your tips already. So, do you have any words to those our audience that people would like to explore, but they still have fear and still have doubt? What is the advice that you, or maybe your piece of thought that you want to share with them?
Mm. I feel first of all we have of if you look at the hierarchy of Maslow, right? Of course, the first step is to make sure you are well taken care of. If I didn't choose the make the choice of coming to real estate, right? Perhaps I was still living my entrepreneurial dream of starting a business, but I have no capacity, and then I need to put up a lot of capital upfront, a lot of seed in capital seed in order to buy something or to rent a place or something like that. Nothing wrong with that. Just that we have to be realistic about where we are now. For me, I invest in human capital, and this is what the business is all about. You basically our capital is just investing in ourselves and the people around us. So I feel the barrier of entry to this business is very encouraging, especially people oriented like me. So once we take care of ourselves, then we have to look bigger. Okay, we cannot be stuck. I feel like uh, once you achieve a certain level of income or certain level of result, for example, your property that you are investing right now, or the team member that you have to go beyond. Go beyond. What do I mean here? Go beyond as if you cannot no longer stick. It's about about you. You have to also think about what you can give and what you can share with your clients, your team member. For example, if I come a good deal, every time I keep to myself, you won't be able to see your business grow big. Yeah,
That's true.
because you are not willing to share with your client, you are not willing to share with your team member. Only then, when we share towards the people around us, okay, you grow 你的心量格局, okay? So your vision, your mindset, and how many people that you can contain inside your heart, then you see the things around you started shifting. You go beyond material already. You go into self-actualization.
Mm.
You live a more fulfilling life. And it's not about big car, big houses. That is meaningful for me.
Yeah,
You make
this is
impact towards people. Yeah. From a people of, let's say, for example, of no confidence, because of you guiding them into the real estate line, they become a very confident person, a knowledgeable person. While making money, that is very, very fulfilling.
It's true. Success is not about how much money that you make; it's how you change or make difference in others people's life. So this is what we one of our core value as well. So this is where what you mean, and we can see this in Haow Ming. So whoever interested to actually want to explore and you find that you want to have a young entrepreneurs that understand better, you can always contact Haow Ming. He will be definitely the right one or the suitable one for to guide you through or share with you how his experience throughout the whole journey. And he also would like to have his vision, as we know from the interview. He would like to grow a team and want to help those that is actually will want to come into this real estate and to help you to have a better life, add value to you. Okay, so I mean, before we end, do you have any quote of life that you want to share with our audience so that they can have get this diamond to drive their life?
Mm. Um, I think the key of success is mastering your own self. Yeah. Mastering others is power. Mastering yourself is true power, true
Wow.
strength. Yeah.
Repeat again because things we need to repeat 3 times. Both I found that it's true because it's actually a lot of time we tend to master others, but it's not really. It's actually master ourselves. So you can repeat the code for us again.
Sure. Uh, Mastering others is strength, but mastering oneself is true power. Yeah.
Wow.
Once you are able to do that, I think that is the best knowledge and skill set you will ever have in your life. With this, you can succeed in anything. Something like that.
I think your age is actually already gone beyond. You are not at the age of this age, lah. The way that you talk with us, right? So once again, thank you so much to our audience to stay with us about 50 minutes. Thank you so much. I believe that from the sharing itself, you have a lot gaining from Haow Ming, from the book, that two books that he shared, some of the diamond, and at the same time, no matter what industry that previously you are in, it actually will still help you in this real estate. You're always welcome to contact all or whoever that connections agents that you know of. They were able to share with you, or you can actually come and see me, come and see Haow Ming. Okay, thank you so much. Let's just say good evening to every one of you. Have a good rest.
Thank you, everyone. Have a
Thank
good
you.
rest. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.